4 down for the first time. Crowd up, standing on its feet. We're ready to go. Winston Cup Racing. Pace car speed today about 60 miles an hour. Pit road speed of 55. Field coming down.
Hold on to her. Alright, looks like everyone made it through lap 1. Or turn 1. And 2. Which can't be said for the actual Interstate batteries 500. This is fast. One thing we cannot do is hit the wall. Going down into 1. Easier said than done. I've hit it multiple times in practice. You're just going so fast and you're already planning to make the turn into 1. The wall just feels a little closer than you think it is. Or it is. But we'll hit it eventually, and it messes the handling of the car up, so we can't do it, but we're going to. Once things settle down here, we have to discuss the big happy hour wreck. Ward Burton was the cause of it, although it wasn't his fault. Looks like he blew a tire or something. And what resulted was just madness. This is a long one. As usual, thanks for all the likes, comments, subscriptions, views, everything. See, you hear me scrape the wall there? That's not bad. That's not going to end our race. Got a big run on poor Ward Burton there. Taking her easy on the tires as usual. We got to make it to the end of the run, which is about 60 laps. Yeah, I think Lake Speed started second here. Looks like Gordon's making a... That's Bobby Hamilton. Yeah, Lake Speed started second. Rick Mass started up there. There's a couple other names. There's Loy Allen right there that we just passed. And, you know, some of these races are an hour and a half long. And I purposely just shut up and not say anything during the parts that I skip. It's not like I'm talking the whole time and then editing it down. I mean, once I decide I'm going to skip a part of the race, I just shut up. But since there's a lot of talking involved with these longer races, I forget sometimes what I've talked about. But Loy Allen up there that reminded me that just a background into the editing of this. First of all, you saw I just switched it to the session info and then turned the speed off. On, off, on, off. Having the speed off helps me put graphics down there and it doesn't look weird if they're transparent and there's something behind it. And then the session info up helps me whenever I make notes. It helps me look right at the raw video and find out what lap I'm on, instead of having to go find it in the replay. But yeah, we had passed Loy Allen before, and he only raced one time in that child support recovery car. But his headshot, all these headshots I grabbed from the 1997 Daytona, or pretty much all the CBS broadcasts in this 1997 season. They had huge pictures of the drivers on the starting grids. So I'm not really using the 97 starting grids in these videos. I'm using the 98 because I want to show the cars. But in the 97 races, that's where I got these headshots that look really crisp for the most part. I mean, just because they were so big originally on these YouTube videos, and I can scale them down. They look good. And that was another reason too. If I had used the 98 or 97 CBS broadcast, those guys would look as grainy as they do in the YouTubes. And I was kind of going for that with these graphics that I intentionally pixelate and make blurry and everything. But it just looked a little too off for my tastes. But yeah, I picked Loy Allen to race in this whole season because his picture matches that car. And Gary Bradbury drove that car the most in 97, but his picture doesn't match it. And I wanted it to match. If you remember in our Daytona 500, we had a couple cars miss the field, which was Gary Bradbury, Mike Wallace, Bobby Hillin Jr. I can never remember the four. Hang on. And Billy Standridge. And I was planning on, just having the AI, just having a field of 47 cars and having the AI randomly pick who makes the field each race. But when I came up with my customized point system, I ran into an issue because I put those through an Excel spreadsheet formula I made, and I'll take the standings from the race, because you export it from the game and it turns into a table basically that you can open up in a web browser, and you can just drag that table into Excel and it puts them all into their own separate columns and stuff, and then you can alphabetize each row or numerically order them, whatnot. So whenever I was coming up with a custom system, I realized having the same 43 drivers makes it much easier, because then I can alphabetize the... Come on, Daryl. I can alphabetize the final results from a race, and then find, man, that was coming. No damage. All right. But yeah, I can alphabetize the results from the race, and then put their basically it works. But the downside is when I don't know who actually ran in the race, whenever I alphabetize them, the numbers get messed up. So if Chad Little's, say A, B, and C are on my list, but B didn't run, all of a sudden B is actually getting C's. You know what? I hope you know what I'm talking about. So I had to keep. It'd be easier to explain if I wasn't trying to race right now, but that's basically why I wanted to keep the same 43 drivers. Makes it much now. It would take some hair pulling and 5 minutes maybe to find out which drivers didn't race and plug them into the list, copy and paste it over. But with the same 43 drivers, except for some of the short tracks where we don't get 43 drivers, all I have to do is copy and paste one list of numbers. Boom, done. Takes 45 seconds. Anyway, we're racing right now.
Extra outlet, fresh from Glade, S.C. Johnson West.
CBS Sports coverage is sponsored by Die Hard, saluting race fans everywhere. Die Hard, tried and true. Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the king of beers.
All right, skip the chunk there. Got around 5 or 6 cars. Hopefully I remember to put up a sped up replay, or at least show you the highlights of the parts we missed. Because that's another thing that stinks, is when I decide to stop talking and finally tell myself, okay, let's put in a break in the action here. I try to wait until things kind of settle down. We are 20 laps-ish from pit stops. I'm trying to see if it's faster to draft with Cal Petty here. We obviously caught up to middle of the pack Joe. And yeah, I haven't seen anyone clamoring for cockpit view yet in the comments or anything. A couple people said, hey, do cockpit view, then we would. But, I mean, you just, from this hood view, you just get to see more. You get to see more of the world. I guess it should be roof view. I don't know. Alright, Cal, we're not making our move on Joe here like I thought we would. Boy, Cal went for that move. Didn't really work. Now, me and Kyle could not catch Joe Nemechek. So he's probably fast. Let's see if we can get on Nemechek's rear end here and give these guys a something. Get away from these guys, get up to the next group. Hard to keep track of intervals here. Yeah, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters if we were drafting with Cal Petty or Joe Nemechek. Just didn't matter. The AI gets spooked in weird places here. There's sometimes you can go door to door with them around the whole track. Then sometimes, like what we just saw with Cal Petty, they'll just get scared for no real reason. Tell you what, Ricky Rudd. Let's get around Joe and see what we got. I'd much rather follow than lead. We're not really catching Lake Speed up there. He was 3-2 now, 3-1. But he's slowing down, getting into the turn, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, when we started looking at this interval, he was 3-3. But we're faster than Joe. Got to take the plunge here. We can use our tires up. We got 10 more laps. And they're racing side by side. We're going to lose them. And Joe was really holding us up. Yeah. Yeah, they were holding us up a little bit. We're going to go past the start-finish line here. You'll see skid marks on the track. Right there. That was me in happy hour trying to get a good panning shot of the start-finish line for the race intro. And I'd stopped waiting for a car to pass. And then I gunned it and squealed the tires as I tried to get going again to get that shot. Anyway. "17 seconds. I mean, we're half a lap down here. So we caught up to poor Lake Speed here. And Ricky Rudd's caught up to us. So we're going to try to get around him. Ricky Rudd's coming with us. Didn't think we were going to catch up to Lake Speed, but he really fell off that pack. Pit stops are coming up. Any lap now. Yeah, this is another thing where I'm trying to be really conscious of the AI's tire wear, but we did the same thing in Atlanta where we were able just to hang out in the back of the pack, conserve our tires, and then we had fresher rubber than the AI at the end of the run. Because we weren't, we were keeping pace with slower cars. We weren't keeping pace with the leaders, where we'll eventually be at, and where we'll have to be really careful with the tires. But they're about to go here soon, and they should be seeing some cars dive in here. We're 19 seconds back. Well, we just gained 0.3 there. Yeah, they're racing up there. Jarrett and Gordon. That's how you gain time. Again, this game always throws me curveballs. There's someone on pit road. They've rarely made it to lap 66. Oh, here we go. Crash. Oh no, Johnny Benson, no. I'm really excited about Johnny Benson this season. I think he's 4th or 5th in the points right now. There's the yellow flag. Accident on the front stretch. I wonder if that was guys getting into Johnny Benson as he was limping around the track. Nope, there's something else here. Looks like a pit road entry issue. Oh, Bobby Labonte. He started on the pole. And he's got a cool little Texas themed paint job for this race, but he's going to be a lap down now. Alright, we need fuel and tires here. Well, obviously. Oh, look out, Ted Musgrave. Alright, we're basically halfway down pit road here. Don't get into us, Ricky Rudd. 45. Alright, we're right after that sign. There we go. Go ahead, Johnny Andretti. Hey, look, Jimmy Spencer, you don't have to hit somebody whenever you go into the pits. A lot of damage to. I saw debris on pit road. We got to find out what the accident was. There we go. All right, let's take a ride with Johnny Benson on this awful lap. First, Sterling Marlin gets into him. There we go, zooming by. Then he's limping down. Everything seems okay. And then it looks like Lake Speed turns into him, sends him into the wall. Still no caution. And then Johnny Benson's like, please, please, guys. And Johnny said, no thanks. And that brought out the caution. So that, look at him. Going right, is he going right to his pits? Yeah, he's like, no thanks. Didn't disappear, he's going to stay in the race. And then here's the debris that was on the pit road. Looks like Steve Grissom gets into Greg Sachs, and then Jeff Bodine goes airborne. Here's a side view of Bodine getting airborne. Man, he's beat up. And to satiate your hunger for more wrecks, here's the stuff that happened during happy hour. Ward Burton trying to get down, just gets destroyed. Very wild ride. A lot of good cars taken out with happy hour. And then we had Dale Jarrett at Jeff Gordon. Snakes through there. But, and Dale Jarrett took a hard hit. A lot of good cars. Bobby Labonte. But it's a virtual world, so everyone was okay. Alright, we're going back green here. And field's all messed up. A bunch of the tail end of the lead pack is in front of us. And we only have 4 cars for position behind us. So we can take it easy here. Not worry about getting freight trained. We're probably going to lose all these spots real quick. There's the human reflexes restart there. Could be chaos up there. Let's be careful. Oh, that's not good. That's the random caution. Let's hold on to it. Wow. Forgot we were on fresh tires. That's our debris caution, which takes away our strategy of laying low here. Because everyone at the tail end of the lead lap is going to swoop around now. Wonder what brought out the debris caution. Alright, as predicted, all of the cars that were at the tail end of the lead lap essentially got a wave around on that caution. And that's actually something we could, for people that have been watching all these races and know how the caution, random caution thing works. I could press 0 on my keyboard right now and get a caution. And if we want to adapt the wave around rule, that'd be a way to do it. We would just have back-to-back cautions in order to do it. Oh, Newt's still on fresh tires here, don't forget. Alright. Whoa. Johnny Benson, somehow, not only is he not out of the race, he restarted here 20th. I'm not sure what kind of damage he has or how that's going to shake out for him, but That's good for him. Kind of rooting for him. Oh. That was a case of a cat grabbing my headphones. Sorry guys, there was a cat in the car. Alright. Man, these guys are hungry right now. Not the cat, these cars. Come on, Daryl. We had an issue with you earlier. Alright, they're slowing down now, finally. I mean, those guys were mad. Alright, we gotta make sure we keep tabs on Darrell Waltrip. He's just been off this race. Can't explain it. What a bummer. Wasn't expecting... Didn't anticipate a cat problem. Halfway home. Now we're dealing with another wall trip. We're sandwiched between the wall trips right now. Man, we were running... What? Top 15? I am worried about my tire wear this run, because we're going to be... You can tell these guys were screaming out of the gate on this restart. And we were keeping up. But I don't know. We'll cross that bridge. Oh, crash, crash, crash. Oh, Ward Burton, go, man. No damage. All right. We have pitters, ladies and gentlemen. We have pitters. We are going in as well. Jimmy Spencer's behind us. Sterling Marlin's in front of us. My heart rate probably skyrockets every time we go into pit road. Oh, come on. Hey, Ward Burton. I'm watching for brake checks in front of me. I'm watching our speed. Okay. All right, let's check out what happened on this wreck. Jimmy Spencer. I'm not surprised. Poor Ricky Rudd. Had a bad one at Darlington. Let's see what Spencer saw here. I don't know. Still not good. And then under caution, we lost Bill Elliott here. Engine issue, something. Sad times. All right, going back to green. There's Bill. Still hurting. There's our jump. Wait up. All right, we're on fresh tires again. Let's be careful. You barely got to move the wheel with these new tires. All right, we're righting the ship here. Hey, here's all the leaders. Looks like this top line's held up by somebody. Three wide. I don't want no part of that. Oh, Cal Petty. He didn't want any part of that either. But he's supposed to surprise me there. We don't see Rusty Wallace very often. Well, you're going to slam on your brakes, Kyle. What do you want me to do here? Because he did that on that lap a lap or two ago. Brett Bodine almost spun us out, but that would have been my fault. Rusty. Get him. We got to get around him. Yeah, Kyle Petty is dropping. Sorry, Brett. We got to worry about surviving this race. Sorry, Rusty. Got to get around you. Man, it feels like we're way faster than these guys. Did Rusty pit? There were some cars that didn't pit. And maybe that's why they're slower. Even by a few laps on tires. I don't know. But it just feels like we're zooming around here right now. Yeah, I try to keep track of who's winning throughout the race, and I'll put up graphics as much as I can, but when I'm racing, I'm not really concerned about who's in the lead. It takes away from some narrative and storytelling when you're watching the race, but I'm only one guy here. And as I mentioned in the Daytona race, I'm not going to go back and watch the replay of the race and put on an announcer's cap, and you know, I just can't do that. It doesn't sound genuine. These last few races, I mean, even starting with Rockingham, I pull up the replay and basically watch it for the first time with you guys on Rex and stuff. So that's genuine. Greg Sachs is a lap down, I think. Yeah, and I've added different new things to the videos. More picture-in-picture stuff. Really starting to get my bearings in this video editing software. It's called Hit Film Express. It's free to use and download, but then they let you buy certain add-ons. So I've spent $20 because I had to get a green screen chroma key feature for the ESPN Speed Roll stuff with the flags, so we could have the flags moving, but then have the race footage in the background, like our race footage in the background. And then I was really looking for a good picture-in-picture solution, and that 3D thing, where the action goes up into the corner, I mean, it looks like 3D and skewed and everything. That was another add-on, so I've spent like $20. Which, if you would have told me right away, hey, $20 for this program, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. It's great. All right. Mark Martin did not pit. I remember seeing, I didn't know if it was him or Rusty Wallace. Might have been both of them. So we're going to get around him. And we're going to settle in here. Oh, no. Stay down. Ooh. Okay. Cal Petty, I think it's his first, or his third. Are we going to pick up a spot on Bobby Hamilton? No, we didn't pass him. Pit stops were starting. There were some guys who probably didn't pit under that second caution who started pitting. But we'll take a look at that. in a moment. But we're going in for our last stop here. Now there's some cars already on pit road. We'll see how this all shakes out. This is gonna be a good ending. Looks like we have a good pit road exit here. Okay. All right, let's see what happened here. They had both just pitted. That's a trouble spot at this Texas track. Man. Replay of the Ricky Red stuff. But it's not done. We lost a lot of cars. Oh, God. I hadn't seen that yet. I pulled up the standings and saw we lost a lot of cars. Johnny Benson, what are you doing? Let's ride with Derek Cope here. Pretty much have to. He's like, all right, good. End of the day. We're done. Hang on. Oh, Bobby Labonte. Oh, he was supposed to win this race with that paint job. Didn't happen. And then Johnny Benson comes in. Let's see what made Johnny Benson want to go down and just ram into somebody. Trying to get low. I don't know. Tried to get through there. Didn't work. We lost a lot of cars there. Alright, we're going back green here. 38 to go. Fresh tires. Balls to the wall the rest of the way. Obviously, turn 3 is a trouble spot when the AI is side by side, so we have to remember that. The big development is up there on the inside line. Leading the lap down cars is Mark Martin. Not exactly sure how that happened, but that's good for us. He's right on us on the he's right on us in the points. Not after this race, but I don't have any get up and go for you. Sorry. That's going to cost us one day. On like a one-lap shootout or something. I'm not even letting out of the throttle. Yes, I am. Never mind. But yeah, I skipped a big chunk before that wreck. Just because all we did was fall in line. There was really nothing else that happened. The difficulty up here in the top 10, 15 is tough. Jeff Gordon, as usual, leading here. Dale Jarrett's up there. He needs to get a good finish. Darrell Waltrip is looming behind us. Jeff Bodine, I'm pretty sure, is a lap down. Yeah. Cal Petty, he was already driving bad. But guess who's still in the race? Johnny Benson. Pretty impressive. And I took the wrong path here. Greg Sachs is a lap down. I wasn't even paying attention. I saw Dale Jarrett and I wanted to run with him. Are we 3 wide? Is that what he said? We are 3 wide and we don't want to be 3 wide. Not ideal right now. But yeah, Texas living up, 1997 Texas living up to its grizzly caution reputation here for us. Poor Derek Cope. Alright, here we go. Come on, Jeff. Keep it going. Get around Greg Sachs. Look at this run we got on him. Wouldn't mind getting into the top 10. That'd be 6 top 10s to start the season. Holy cow. Hold it. There we go. Boy, we've really, again, we've really gotten lucky this year. If we were a half a straightaway behind where we were on that Derek Cope flip, we're probably getting taken out in that. That was taking up the whole track. We're just getting lucky. All right. Let's be careful. I don't want to just dive in there behind them, because there might be a weird brake check somewhere. Nope, we're cruising. Nemechek was for position. Man, once Dale Jarrett got out from behind Greg Sachs, the chains were off. Oh, go. There's poor Johnny Benson. Still out here getting points. Gotta admire it. Just don't cause a wreck. We are in the top 10. Jeff Burton's being weird, man. Yeah, I forgot we can use our tires up a little bit here. Only got to go 40 laps instead of 60. Although, you want to bet there's going to be another caution. And that's what I'm kind of not worried about, because we'll just do what we think is best. If we see the AI go on pit road under a caution, we got to try to figure out what they're going to do. It's not going to be for fuel, so it would be for tires. And we would just have to match them. Running 9th, I feel good. We're going to take a look at the interval here. And it's probably smarter to draft with Dale Jarrett here. I gotta think what I want to do. Alright, Schrader's 2.1 right now, but they're racing up there. This is hard to tell. Let's just eyeball it. 20 to go. Jeff Gordon's running away with this one again. This is what I was preaching about. How I didn't want to feel bad about getting all these good finishes, because we're going to need all these points. Because Jeff Gordon is overpowered in these ratings. And he won the 97 championship, so I like it. Well, we're eyeballing it. We're definitely catching this pack. So we'll pick up some more spots here, hopefully. Yeah, teaming up with Jarrett was the right call. Now we just gotta hope he gets around them ASAP. Boy, this was a hectic race. I mean, we had the cat issue, a lot of cautions. Sorry if one of my quick pauses of the game to write something down slipped through the editing. This was just a hectic race. And the racing has been fun, but I just got frustrated by... Because usually during a caution is when I like to hit escape, save the replay. I'll get into that another day, another race. But saving the replay, and then you can put into a... Well, get into it now. There's nothing else going on. But you can put it into a replay analyzer, and you can export everything from there, the running order at that time and everything. So I'll hit escape randomly, go to the replay and save it on whatever lap we're at, and then that lets me export the standings from that replay at that specific moment in time, and that lets me easily copy and paste the running order into Napa field summaries, the running order up in the top left, all that stuff. And what happened here that made it frustrating was I think there were 2 sets of back-to-back-ish cautions where I would pause the game during the caution and save the replay, and then I wouldn't even have time to get the running order out before there was another caution. So it's just gotten frustrating. That's the downside of wearing a production hat while trying to race. I have a legal pad on my desk here that has about 10 different things written down already. My big thing is I write down a big E with a circle on what lap I pressed escape and pause the game. So I remember to go back there and edit it out. That's why you'll see tiny little blips sometimes. Usually on the back stretch. So that's me going in there and trying to fidget around, hitting escape, and it feels like we lose out on one frame, so we get a skip. I don't know. Anyway. Where are we at here? Is this... We are coming up on the leader here. Wow, Jeff Gordon is not in the lead anymore. We missed that. Terry Labonte has gone out. And I saw Terry Labonte was out in the lead, so I hurried up and hit escape. And wrote what time, because I want to show the replay of him overtaking him whenever that happened. So you might have seen a skip in the racing there a little bit on the backstretch. Yeah, hitching our star to Dale Jarrett's wagon has really paid off here. And I got news for you too. We're actually not faster than him. He's holding on to these. This is another good difficulty here. Darlington I was really happy with. Same thing with Texas here. They're a touch slow at the end of the run with like 5 laps to go. And I just have to tweak that, but I'm pleased with this. I'm pleased with all this too. Oh, this stinks. We're so close to the leaders here. Who's holding them up? Oh, Mark Martin. He didn't pit on that one caution. And then he dropped back, and then he eventually had to pit, I think. And then he was caught a lap down when another caution came out. Yeah, I've used up my tires here. We're losing him now. Used them up a little bit too much. And this is great. If I wanted to run up front, I would have to run just perfect laps. Like I would have to do that every lap. What I just did there in 1 and 2. That takes so much focus, concentration. And we did it again there. And you see, we just pulled off what I consider fast laps, and we gained maybe 1/100th of a second on Jarrett. Yeah, probably more than that, but this might be chaos here. Coming up on 3 to go. Texas Terry looks like he's running away to get this win in his home state. All right. All right. All right. Now, nothing stupid. We're going to try to gain a position here, sure. But we're not going to dive into a corner and lose all of our spots and lose all of our points. We're not doing it. 2 to go. Sterling Marlin dropped off big time. I'm telling you, we don't have enough for Dale Jarrett. He's on his way to the race lead if there were enough laps left. Here we go. Very eventful race. Look out, Sterling. Nothing stupid here. Nothing stupid. Let's get out of here with our good finish. Not wreck Dale Jarrett either. Good. Good, 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 good. Man. Yeah, Tyler Labonte gets the win. Wow. Ken Schrader was running up front the whole race, I'm pretty sure. Jeremy Mayfield somehow gets up there. Ward Burton finished 9th. I don't think he was really involved in a wreck, right? Just little stuff. Then we got Earnhardt 13th. Nemechek ended up 14th. Hamilton. Dallenbach top 20. That's good for him. Brett Bodine ended up 25th. Not sure if he incurred damage this race or not. That's usually his MO. The big one, though, is Mark Martin in 30th. Finishes 33rd. Really helps us out in the points, especially with another top 10 from us. And especially because, guess what? We're hitting up Bristol and Martinsville next, and Talladega, the next 3 races. Not sure what's going to happen at Bristol and Martinsville. I'm really nervous. But it'll make for fun videos to watch. Alright, that's it from Texas. Good finish. Thanks for watching.